Help me! Why did you guys do this to me? Come back, please!
Yes, we don't like her. She deserves it. She always feels she's better than us. Imagine.
You ever hear about a murder so personal, so senseless, it makes you question what friendship really means? Like, how far can jealousy go before it turns into something deadly? And what if I told you that sometimes the people you trust the most, the ones laughing in your photos, are the ones plotting your end? This is the story of Sandra, and no, it's not just another true crime tale. This one will leave you speechless. Sandra was just 16. Smart, kind, always on the honor roll, she lived in Lagos, Nigeria, with her loving parents, Mr. and Mrs. David. They were a close-knit family, and Sandra, she was the kind of girl that made parenting look easy. She didn't get into trouble, always came home on time, and dreamed of becoming a lawyer one day. She had big goals, university plans, a bright future. She had two best friends, Ella and Debbie. Ella was her childhood friend, practically family. They grew up together, shared secrets, did homework together, and Debbie, she joined the group later. Loud, dramatic, always the center of attention. The three of them became inseparable. Everyone knew them as the trio, always hanging out, always together. At first, it was all laughter and fun. Sleepovers, matching outfits, inside jokes. But slowly, things changed. Sandra began to feel pushed out. She'd see photos of Ella and Debbie at the mall without her. Their conversations became filled with inside jokes she didn't understand. And her Twitter posts started sounding off like, "Sick of being left out. You doing stuff like that is why I'll never trust you again. Too bad my friends are fake." At first, it looked like teenage drama. You know how it goes, friends fight, feelings get hurt, but nobody expected where it was leading. Sandra kept trying. She kept showing up, smiling in group photos, pretending everything was okay. But deep down, she knew something was wrong. She was being replaced. And the girls she once called her sisters were turning into strangers. Then came the night of July 6th, 2012. It was a quiet night. Sandra had just come back from her shift at a local restaurant. She said goodnight to her parents, went into her room, and that was that. Or so they thought, because just after midnight, she climbed out of her bedroom window and disappeared. Now, this wasn't new. She had snuck out before to meet Ella and Debbie. They'd drive around, play music, smoke a bit, then sneak back before morning. Not great, but not uncommon. Only this time, she never returned. Security footage from the building showed her slipping into the back seat of a silver car, Ella's car. When her parents woke up and saw her bed empty, her window open, and her phone gone, but her toothbrush, clothes, and contact lenses still in the room, they panicked. They went straight to the police. But, as usual, the police thought she had just run away. No signs of struggle. She's a teenager. Maybe she just needed space. But her parents weren't buying it. She had work the next day. Plans for the weekend. She didn't even take a change of clothes. Sandra didn't just leave. Meanwhile, Ella and Debbie acted like grieving best friends. They helped put up missing posters, cried in front of her parents, tweeted things like, "Sandra, please come home," and "We miss you." But it was all fake. Weeks passed, then months. The case gained media attention. The police and even the Nigerian CID got involved. Phone records were pulled, social media posts analyzed, interviews were done. Ella's story, they drove around for a while, then dropped Sandra off near her house to sneak back in. Debbie said the same thing, but their timelines didn't match. And Debbie, she started to fall apart. Panic attacks, nightmares, her schoolwork suffered. Her parents, worried, sent her to a church camp for peace of mind. But she came back even worse. And then, on January 3rd, 2013, everything exploded. Debbie had a breakdown. A full-on screaming, crying, losing her mind kind of breakdown. Her mother called emergency services and Debbie was taken in for evaluation. That night, she confessed. It wasn't a slip. It was a flood. She broke down completely, sobbing, shaking, and told detectives everything. How they had planned it for weeks. How they talked about it like a joke at first, but slowly turned it into a real plan. How they laughed about it, practiced, bought kitchen knives, paper towels, bleach, clean clothes to change into, a shovel. They picked Sandra up that night under the lie of a hangout. Drove her to a quiet wooded area on the outskirts of Lagos. It was a spot they had hung out at before, so Sandra didn't suspect anything. Once they got there, they all stepped out of the car, pretending they wanted to stargaze and smoke. They joked and laughed. Debbie handed Sandra some weed, and they talked like it was a regular night. Then Ella pretended to forget the lighter in the car. She asked Sandra to grab it from her bag. As Sandra turned to look for it, bent forward, distracted, Debbie said Ella looked her dead in the eye and whispered, 1, 2, 3. And they attacked. They stabbed her. Over 50 times. Sandra screamed, fought back, even grabbed Debbie's knife at one point, but she was outnumbered. They didn't stop until she was gone. They dragged her body off the path, covered her with leaves and branches, changed into clean clothes, and drove back like nothing had happened. They kept that secret for 6 months. 6 whole months. Once Debbie talked, she told them exactly where the body was. In March, they found it. The autopsy confirmed it was Sandra. Her parents were shattered. Ella? She still pretended to be innocent. Even tweeted, "Worst day of my life," when the body was found. But it was over. The police had enough. In May, Ella was arrested, calm, cold, sitting in a shopping complex parking lot like it was a regular day. Eventually, both girls pleaded guilty. Debbie to second-degree murder, Ella to first-degree. Debbie was sentenced to 30 years. Ella got life with the possibility of parole after 15 years. But Sandra, she got nothing. Her dreams, her future, all gone. And the most chilling part, there was no real reason. No big fight. No love triangle, no money issues. When asked why they did it, Debbie said, "We just didn't like her anymore." Just like that. Some people think Sandra knew something she shouldn't. Maybe she saw something. Maybe she was going to expose something about them. No one really knows. All we know is that 2 girls she called her best friends, planned her murder for no reason other than spite. And the warning signs were all there. Sandra tweeted, "All I do is trust people too much. Everyone has a breaking point. You can hear the most heartbreaking things from people you thought cared." It's like she knew, but she didn't know how bad it really was. Let this story serve as a reminder. Not all monsters look like monsters. Sometimes they smile, laugh, share your secrets. Sometimes they sit next to you in class. And sometimes they call themselves your best friend. If you enjoyed this, please support my efforts by subscribing. It will go a long way for my channel. Thank you.